Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or if you're here for the first time, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be discussing who pulled the trigger. It's the question that I see popping up on Reddit posts, in the Facebook groups, on other YouTubers' videos covering the Justice for Dan case. It's a very, very common question. Now, of course, everyone knows those who are the co-conspirators, those that have been charged and found guilty. But today, this video is just focusing on these two. This is Sigfredo and Luis, or Tuto and Tato. Tuto and Tato. Whenever I hear Tuto and Tato, it always reminds me of that movie Tango and Cash. You know, Tango and Cash, Cash and Tango. It was a movie from, I think, the late 80s or 90s. Check it out. It's possibly on some streaming platform. Now, this is Luis Rivera. Yes, his name is spelt wrong in this clip from a media outlet. This is from 2015 when he was arrested in May 2015. Was he arrested in connection with the murder of Dan Markel back then? Oh no. Now, the feds, this is from an article back from then, the feds are claiming a resounding takedown of the leadership of the infamous Latin Kings gang after a grand jury indicted 29 people in Miami, South Florida. Gang members have been charged with offenses including racketeering, drug distribution, murder, fraud, robbery, and kidnapping following a multi-agency operation led by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Miami U.S. Attorney Wilfredo Ferrer said on Tuesday the charges were contained in 5 separate indictments, where 23 of those charged well-known members or associates of the Latin Kings, one of the largest and most well-organized criminal gangs in the U.S. Luis Rivera, aka King Tato, was allegedly the leader of the group's North Miami operations. Of course, while he was in prison, the authorities had actually come up with, or had discovered the connections of him and being connected to the Dan Markel murder. And of course, they interviewed him, which of course led to him testifying against his friend Sigfredo in his own trial, in Sigfredo's trial, that is. And of course, we know that led to Sigfredo being found guilty. And of course, that led to him getting life, 30, 30. Yep, life 30, 30 is what he got. Sound familiar? Yes, that's where I got the name of my channel from. Now let's look at this guy. We've got to ask the question, was he the one that pulled the trigger? Now this is from a video from Mentor Lawyer. If you're not following him, you've got to follow him. I'm just going to play this right now. I just want you to listen to this. It's going to take a little while. All right, let's listen from here.
Who was driving the green Prius on, like, whenever you were following Mr. Markel right before the murder?
Me.
Did you go to, I think you said the daycare. Where else did you go that day?
The gym.
Have you seen the video surveillance from the gym in this case?
I've seen it now.
Yeah, where the green Prius is at the gym. Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
And is that you driving that Prius?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is Garcia in the vehicle as well?
Absolutely.
All right. Did you know whether or not the kids were in the car at the time you were at the gym?
Nah, he dropped them off. I seen him when he dropped them off in the daycare.
So you actually saw the kids go into the daycare?
Yes, ma'am.
So is it after the daycare that you proceed to the gym?
Yes.
And what about after that?
Followed him to his house.
All right, so did you wait in the car while the victim went into the gym and worked out?
Yes, ma'am.
And did y'all know at that time, like, we're going to do it when he comes out of the gym, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. Nah.
Don't
So
you
we were
hate his
following him
smug,
to see
ugly
where he
face?
goes.
To see where he goes.
And where did he go?
To his house.
Did you see the bus video that shows the Prius shortly before and shortly after?
Listen to this
Yes,
part.
ma'am.
And were you driving the vehicle at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us what happened when you got to Mr. Markel's driveway.
Well, he had turned he turned the block before. We kept going, so we went to in front of his house. So when he pulled in, we pulled in right behind. I pulled in right behind him.
Is what you're describing, you entered his street from two different directions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you met did you meet at his driveway?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you pull in behind him, what happens next?
Garcia jumped out and shot him
How many times?
twice.
Where was he standing when he fired the shots?
Right in front of the driver's side, by the driver.
Did you see what the victim did during this attack?
He put his hands up.
How was it decided that Mr. Garcia would end up being the shooter instead of the original plan, which was for you to do it?
I was driving. I had no time. He jumped out and did it. He had the gun the whole time.
All right, so either one of you were willing to do it when whoever wasn't driving when the opportunity arose?
Maybe, but it was really his job, so he did it.
You mean why was it his job?
He's the one that was getting paid, but he knew about the whole thing.
Well, you were getting paid too, right?
Yeah, but
So he secured the job.
yes, ma'am.
The bus video that we looked at, one of them shows the passenger side, someone in a white shirt moving around a lot right after the homicide. Can you explain to the jury what was going on in the car at that time?
He was trying to hide the gun.
And that's Garcia?
Garcia.
Where did he put the gun?
Right in the front, in the passenger side, right under the rug.
Okay, what ultimately happened with the gun?
We threw it away.
Where?
In the river.
On the way back to South Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that where y'all went when you left Tallahassee?
Yes, ma'am.
When did...
All right, we'll just stop it right there. Now, of course, this is going to confuse me about what I've got to do here. I think I've got to press this button. Nope, that's not working. I need to get on to the next one. How do I get on to the next one?
Did you turn yourself...
Oops, alrighty. So, I think I press this button here. Sorry about this, everyone. So, here is the a still from the bus, one of the bus videos that Georgia Kappelman, the prosecutor, was talking about. As you can see circled in here, this is the person that's wearing white. And if we go and have a look at this video, taken not long after, you can see Sigfredo is clearly wearing the white. And yes, he is in the passenger side. Now, a lot of people say when this argument comes up, they say, oh, it's not like Luis is the hero. A lot of people say, his testimony is the most truthful testimony, but he's still bad. We know that he's still bad. And even if you look at the two of them together, is he the angel? No, he is just as bad. But it doesn't take away from the fact that the evidence points to Sigfredo being the hitman, and the chances of them quickly pulling over and switching seats, it's not going to have happened. A quick entrance into Dan's driveway and a quick exit after the murder, that it was Sigfredo. He was the one who pulled the trigger. So that's it. Yeah. Of course, like and subscribe, all the other stuff. Let's just keep this going. I know it's a bit quiet out there at the moment with new information, but I've got a few more videos I'm working on at the moment, hoping to have a few collaborations as well. So that's it for today. Until next time, see you later.